Hey guys, before we start, I'm very sorry if I sound disgusting because I'm actually sick right now. Yeah, I'm currently dying, but that's fine. Still trying to do this voiceover, so please ignore it, and hopefully this doesn't trigger anyone that I sound sick, but bear with me, please. And secondly, it has been more than 2 weeks. It's the end of the second month of the year. We're gonna ignore that fact and just concentrate on the fact that I'm back with a new video. And now this idea is not mine. I got the inspiration from a fellow YouTuber, PricklyAlpaca. I do not know if I said that correctly. On top of that, I'm sick, so yeah, I got the idea from her. She uses different objects, but also plants and different just themes and turns them into characters, and that's what I wanted to do today. I just wanted to turn these beautiful flowers I saw on Pinterest. These, from my research, I found out that these are irises. These are fake. They are made of foam, and you can buy these, but they are irises, so we're gonna go with that. So, since this sketch is not that interesting, we're gonna talk about the flower itself that we are referencing. So, my reference picture I got from Pinterest. This is an iris made out of foam, so it's not a real iris. You can buy these, and they won't die on you, so they're fake plants, which I love. I cannot take care of plants, let alone myself, so this is just my kind of jam. Okay, I will have to quickly intervene here. Hi, it's me, editing, and I just want to give a quick note on the voiceover to come, because my computer is very loud, so it's breathing so loud, just like me, in the background of the next voiceover for the next 2-3 minutes. So I'm very sorry that you can hear it. You can even hear it right now, I believe, but it's just working really hard right now, just like me. So please bear with me while you can hear this a bit annoying and agitating sound, but I have some music in there anyway, so I hope it doesn't distract you too much, but I just wanted to mention it so you know what it is. It's just my PC dying, but yeah. So let's talk about the flower we're dealing with here. So as we know, we're talking about irises, and irises are from the plant family
Iridaceae.
I do not know if I said that correctly. I'm very sorry if I didn't. I'm probably gonna dump myself in case I said it wrong. But certain characteristics they have is that some are born, created, some grow in a bulbous shape, or some grow with
Rhizomatous.
I really cannot pronounce plant stuff. Please excuse me. With a
Rhizomatous.
shape. So bulbous irises, or irises that have more of a bulbous shape, they are more known to be grown in the southwestern Europe area, and I believe
Rhizomatous.
shaped irises are more in the Asian and east area and closer to the equator. Talking about the zones where they grow in, I also believe that most of the irises are in more northern temperate zones, which means just I believe colder zones and not as like warm and close to the equator. And some are native to the Mediterranean and Central Asian areas, but most of them grow or are native to the more northern areas. They are also known for having a thick stem with a thick creeping underground stem. That is how it's said in the internet, and I just had to say it because it's too funny for me not to say, but they have thick creeping underground stems. Yeah, and the stems also are mostly thick and very robust to hold up the flower, of course, and very straight. They are not very bendy, like I believe. Oh, what flowers are bendy? I don't know. They are very robust and very straight. They are ringed with leaf scars. And I guess that's my excuse for the pattern on the boots I gave this character, but yeah, they are ringed with leaf scars. They are firmly rooted in the soil, which just reinforces them once again, having also a robust stem. Just like it gives them power, it gives them strength, which perfectly aligns with the knight. theme. And when we were already talking about how it aligns with the theme, I also found the uses quite interesting. For one, we all know irises, or I think most of us know irises and flowers in general are often used in scents or in essential oils, which is a very popular use for irises. They are also used in sedative medicine. And when they're dried, this is a very funny fact. I don't know, I found it funny. I don't know if you found it funny, but I found it really funny. But when they're dried, they are sometimes given whole to babies to help in teething. Now, did I know what this meant? Not really. Am I gonna search this up later on just for fun because I have too much time on my hands? Yes. So, but it's just a really funny fact. I just thought giving babies dried up irises to help with teething is just too funny for me not to add. Or I guess it's interesting. I don't know. I'm a big fanatic of just random information that is, I don't know, funny and interesting. So, yeah. And I just found these flowers beautiful. I stumbled across them on my Pinterest board or just on my Pinterest feed a long time ago. And I just thought to myself, oh my god, this is so cool. Let's grab the idea of PricklyAlpaca and turn it into a character. And I do indeed wish, like, after I finished it now, that I did a bit more research about the flower itself and about its characteristics before I started to draw this character. Because I think all in all, I think it's a good character, and I think you can kind of see elements of the irises in them. But I think having done the research before that and actually getting into knowing the flower, it sounds like I'm talking about a person, but if I had more information, I think I could have made the character a bit more, I guess, real, a bit more lively, and I think you could have gotten the reference a lot easier. Of course, this is my first time I did this, and I think for the next time I do this, because I do hope I will do it next time. I think I'll do the research a bit more and then I think adapt the character and the character design on top of that. I'm not bad at it, but it happened. And to talk about the idea itself, it's simple. I just wanted to turn flowers into knights and I wanted to draw a powerful woman because that's kind of the theme. The last 2-3 videos I drew all powerful women or explorer women, so I guess we thrive it over here. Now, upon scouring my Pinterest boards where I saved up millions, tons, and kilograms of ideas of knight designs, armor pieces, and different garments, I decided on a body, like upper body armor. It's kind of like a corset. I love corsets, but it's armor, you know? Like a vest corset, but make it armor, which I love. I also gave her these shoulder shields, shoulder pieces, shoulder armor, and little cut off arm braces. Like, I don't know how you call it. I'll put probably a word on the screen so you can see how it's called, but that was the idea. And beneath that, I gave her a dress. I know, very cliche, but it's not really a dress, it's more of a like fabric that flows and covers up the parts that need to be covered up. Like, because we ain't trying to be public nudity. We're not trying to enforce that. I mean, if you do that, have fun, but not when I'm around, okay? So I added the leaves. I literally extracted the design of the leaves of my photo and added them here as a fabric piece. Later on, you do not see the sketch, only to the very end I add them also to the forearms, which I'm really glad about. I think they add a lot. I think they as well look at like armor pieces, but a bit more organic, which was kind of the whole point of this. I'm really glad how I colored the leaves, or like the leaves of the petals. That's the word I'm searching for. The petals of the flower, or here the fabric, because it looks very organic. It looks a bit like water. It's just very smooth, and I just love it. And it's very painterly because it's not all blended to the max. It's not too realistic, so I really enjoy it. Now, going very cliche, or going for a very big cliche, for the boots, or for the pieces that cover her legs, I just interpreted them as stems. They have a bit of a petal design, they are green, they are fabulous, they identify as stems, and I think that's where the whole idea kind of comes together, having those green boots. I'm just gonna call them boots. My head is kind of empty right now. So these boots, having them green and having a bit of a leaf design and sprouting off her legs like kind of leaves, which I love. And I think my favorite part of this is actually the head, the face, the hair, because I gave her a buzz cut. It's kind of popular right now. And it's bright orange because the actual like middle part, or the like where the pollen is, that is also orange in our reference picture, which I love, and it kind of reminded me of a buzz cut, so I gave her a buzz cut, which kind of added to this badass vibe. And I gave her blue eyes, and I gave her face a bit of more of an orange and warm tint in comparison to the more colder and subdued colors in the clothing and the armor, which gave a really nice contrast. I really love it. It's one of my favorite contrasts. And yeah, I really love it. I gave her a bit more color in the skin, a bit more warmth, and the show looks a bit more lively. I did change the color of her eyebrows at some point from orange to brown because the orange just looked too weird, so I added the brown. Oh, and also for the armor, I thought the middle part was just way too empty for me, so I added these kind of ornate blue thingies. I wanted to make them gold, but that would have clashed too much. I didn't want to add another color to it, another material, so I just went for this blue kind of thing. I don't know, there's probably some crystal or some metal out there that has this color and that it makes sense on top of the armor, but we're just gonna say it's very sturdy and very protective. It doesn't get in the way, you know? It's very practical, and it's very stylish on top of that. And later on, I also add this sword, which was a very last minute idea. I was also debating about adding a shield, but the sword was just all I could do at that point, because that was the point where I really got sick, where I really was about to drop off my chair. So I just added this very simple sword, very artistic, but I think I really like how it came out. And yeah. Now for the background, I kept it very simple. That was the very end of the picture. I was like, I cannot deal with this anymore. I just need to get it done. And I hope next time I give it a bit more effort, because I kind of unsatisfied with that, but it happened and it's there now. It's just this blue gradient from the middle to the end, so she shines a bit, so the perspective is a bit more corrected. That was not English, but we ignore that. And I added these these pieces, like a frame, but it's very, very undetailed. It's very painterly. It doesn't have a lot of, like I said, details. And it's just there to border the whole piece and give it a bit more life and a bit more interest. I hope you like this. I'm just gonna call her Iris for now, because that's the flower she's based on, and I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you're not triggered too much of my voice, and that I didn't talk as much, and that this video is hella long. Hope you enjoy and have a beautiful day. I hope you're all doing well and not sick like me, so love you all, and until next month, probably.